Hi everyone, and welcome to the Hermetic Shaman. My name is Jayme, and if you're new here, I am so glad that you have found your way to this space. If you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is going to be a general collective message, intended for anyone who feels drawn to it. As always, please take what resonates and gently release what doesn't. If you are interested in booking a personal reading or a session with me, you'll find the link to my website in the description box below. For those of you on TikTok, you'll find that right on my profile. And if this message supports you in any way, please hit that like button, subscribe, and for those on YouTube, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss out on a reading. Alrighty, y'all. Before we begin, there is something here about the changing of the guard taking place. As I was taking a walk earlier to the store to grab a couple of things, there were these two queen bees just having it out in the middle of the sidewalk. So there is going to be a changing of the guard here that is going to be taking place very, very publicly, right? Something here about old leadership leaving, maybe even leaving not so peacefully, and new fresh blood taking over. There is going to be a changing of the guard, and someone else is going to be in charge of the colony. Take that however it resonates. What it's giving is people who felt like they held some kind of power, that they were able to make decisions or call the shots. I feel like those people are now being removed. They have abused their position of authority. And it's time for a change to occur somehow. And the fact that the old queen bee was fighting with the new one, because one looked older and one looked younger. It's like they're not going out without a fight. So it's like they have been refusing to accept their fate. So it's like whoever has been, it's like they've been prolonging some kind of shift, some kind of changeover. But something here is going to be taking place publicly. So, let us begin. Let's open up the space. I call upon my full divine counsel in this sacred moment. Yahweh, eternal flame and sovereign creator. Elohim, divine architects of form and frequency. Sophia, holy mother of wisdom, womb, and word. Papa Legba, opener of the gates, keeper of the crossroads. Hecate, queen of witches, guardian of shadow and flame. Yeshua, ascended master of unconditional love and truth. My beloved ancestors of the blood, spirit, and stars. The archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and the eternal light of my Lyran soul, stand with me now. Surround this space in truth, clarity, and protection. Let every card reveal only what serves the highest path. Let falsehood fall. Let wisdom rise. May I be a clear vessel for divine messages. May my words honor both shadow and light. May no harm enter, no distortion pass through. I read as flamekeeper, priest, and sovereign starseed. I read with purpose, integrity, and divine permission. I open this reading in full trust and alignment. So it is, so it has always been, and so it shall be. Alrighty, y'all. Universe. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that they need to know at this time? We have the Hermit. Something here could be happening in September. Today's the 15th. Between now and the end of September, something could be taking place. Maybe this changing of the guard. Or that could even be talking about the seasons changing. Something here could be happening maybe around the equinox. But the Hermit, we have strong Virgo energy. The Hermit is somebody here that likes to be very introspective. This is somebody here that likes to look within before they go on the outside of them. This is also about closure, seeking some kind of closure. 9s are about closure. Something here is closing out, a major cycle. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. Somebody here is not reaping the benefits, or they're not reaping anything from whatever they planted. Their harvest is running dry. It's running barren in some kind of way. Universe, tell me more. We have the King of Cups. It came out sideways. And we have strength. Somebody here has had to find the inner strength. We have a King of Cups sideways. This person's not upright, whoever this King of Cups is. Somebody's emotions are already all over the place. Somebody here is lacking a little bit of compassion. They're lacking love for themselves and for others. This could be somebody here who's been someone's trying to seek some kind of attention, whoever this King of Cups is. The Devil reversed. See, somebody here found the strength. Maybe it's this Hermit energy to whoever hermited themselves. Somebody here found the inner strength in order to release themselves from some kind of toxic bond. This could have to do in regards to love, or how they loved themselves, but I'm not, that's for like a very small percentage of people watching, but mostly I feel like there's been this King of Cups energy, this masculine energy here, who has been unable to control their emotions. Maybe this is somebody here who's very highly upset that somebody here broke free from them. And now what is going on, maybe somebody here is feeling a little bit of rejection. Being rejected. Maybe people are rejecting this individual and the holds that they were putting on somebody. I just did the Libra reading before this one, and it was this energy here of this whole group of individuals that are about to go down. Because it's like they were trying to be, it was giving Master of Puppets. And that's what just reminded me when I saw that Devil in the reverse. Is like, whoever this King of Cups is, he's given like a master puppeteer. We have the High Priestess reverse and the Queen of Coins. Whoever this King of Cups is, I feel like this individual was trying to mislead others, maybe about this Hermit energy. Whoever's very, confirmation. Whoever's very introspective. Whoever has been looking within. And this could even be somebody here who was even trying to isolate you. Like forcing you into isolation. But it's like you embraced that alone time to do some kind of inner work and inner healing here. To learn your value, or to remind yourself of what you're worth, what your value is. And in doing so, that's what caused you to leave behind a situation with someone, whoever this masculine energy is, family, friend, lover, business, who was trying to be the master puppeteer. And the way that they were using this was by weaponizing talk. False information. Because the High Priestess in the reverse is someone who talks out of their ass. This is someone here who does not get their information from source, from the divine. This is somebody here who makes their shit up because they want some attention. You know, this is a gossiping Gabby. Is what this is. Male or female? Trust me, I've met some men who have the gift of gab. I'm just gonna say that. But either way, you are getting some kind of balance. Some kind of justice is getting ready to take place in your life. To me, the Six of Pentacles is always the act of justice being played out. Like, justice is the verdict, but this is the realization of that verdict, right? Just because, you know, the judge says, all right, we're awarding you $10 million, you don't get the $10 million that day. You know, you'll have to wait for the bank transfers and the paperwork and the signature and the la 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 la, you know, all that red tape. But this is the actual realization of that event transpiring. You're getting ready to receive something because you rejected somebody who needed to be rejected. They needed to be sat down energetically. You said, no, enough is enough. I know what I'm worth. I know what my value is. I know what I am deserving of, and I don't need this bullshit. And I know that it's you that is talking behind my back because you can't control your feelings and how you feel about me. But in all actuality, it's really in how they feel about themselves. See, somebody wanted you to be dimmed down, and they felt like they could control you. That was their own delusion. Because you ended up escaping and breaking free. You were always going to. That's why you are getting ready to receive something here. And it's probably at their cost. With this Page of Coins in the reverse, they're going to have to pay up. They're going to have to pay up. And maybe if they felt like they could keep you controlled, if they could try and control your narrative, they would be able to get out of having to cough something up. But they weren't able to. Because what they claimed about you, this could even be somebody here who was like, even trying to claim that. So they were isolating you by trying to, I don't know, outcast you in some kind of way. And they were trying to use that against you to say, oh, maybe you had issues. Maybe you know, had substance abuse issues, or you were just mentally crazy or insane, whatever, right? Whatever they said, right? Because people can only repeat the shit they've seen on TV. But instead, you took that inner work to heal. And something here about you stepping out at the right time, because it dispelled some kind of rumors that were being told about you. Because you were seen out in public and you're like, you look nothing like what was described. Page of Swords. Somebody here definitely did an inquiry. They definitely did their research. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Somebody could have even... The reason why they were even trying to do something to you... I know I'm like all over the place, but the messengers are coming in and I just... Before I forget them, I'm trying to get them out. They could have even blamed the fact that maybe something didn't go right for them, or that something didn't go their way because you were the one that meddled. That you were the one whose emotions were all over the place and that you were doing something to them. That's what happened with the Seven of Pentacles. They couldn't accept the fact that they failed. So they tried to say that it was you. So that way you could be isolated and outcasted. So you wouldn't have any support. See, what they thought was your sentence was actually your cure. Four of Swords, you rested and recovered. It was everything that you needed to finally lay to rest the old version of you. Universe. King of Swords in the reverse. And Justice. And it's interesting, too. Because the King of Swords is very strong Libra energy. Somebody started up in the upright, but then they just fell flat on their face. And they showed all of their cards. Justice is taking place right now. Justice is taking place right now. And this corrupt person is being seen for exactly who they are. This masculine energy. This one who lacks integrity. Lacks honesty. Lacks facts to back them up. Lacks evidence. Trying to come at a feminine energy here. Somebody who knows their worth. Somebody who knows their value. Somebody here who is capable of creating. Somebody who's naturally prosperous and abundant due to their own skills. So this is somebody here that envied your ability to create, however that is for y'all. Some of you could be artists, you could be musicians, whatever it is. You could create a business, right? Whether it's restaurant or small bodega. Somebody here was trying to stop or have this justice come to a stop. They were trying to halt something, but it can't be halted. Six of Cups and Temperance. Yeah, they were trying to stop something in hopes that they could reconcile something from the past so that they wouldn't have to pay up. So it's like they were hoping to manipulate you, to entrap you, to say, okay, so for some of you, it was so that way they can say they already gave you what they were supposed to, but they actually wouldn't, because they were hoping that you wouldn't have made it this far. And for others of you, they were hoping to say, oh yeah, I reconciled with them on my own. And maybe have some kind of falsified proof that they gave you something and that's what you accepted. Or maybe somebody even did that. Maybe they say that you agreed to receive something and it's supposed to be less than what they would be paying you out with the justice. So it's like they were still trying to give you breadcrumbs either way. This could be somebody here who's been changing of the guard. This is definitely somebody here that's older than you. Maybe this is somebody here, I don't know, family, friend, lover, business. Somebody here has an issue with the fact that you're younger and more capable with that Queen of Coins. At the end of the day, whatever has happened and transpired, it's really because how this person really feels about themselves. It's not really about how they feel about you. You're just the mirror. You're just the reflection of everything that they're not, but everything that they could be. Universe, please tell us more. Sun, happiness and well-being. You were going to be happy. They can't stop what's in motion. They were trying to block your forward movement. They didn't want you to be happy. They didn't want you to be everything that they feel like they're not. Successful outcome to your problems. You're getting the key. It's going to be a successful outcome to your problems. Hat. You will be playing a different role. You are going to be playing a different role. This is feeling like family. Like, you know how there's like the patriarch or the matriarch, or, you know, people, I don't know. This is going to be the changing of the guard. I'll just leave it at that. If bag, something important, such as a new job or a raise. Hey, hey. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. It's time for you to find your bag, or maybe you did find your bag, or somebody was trying to hide your bag. Well, it's coming out. You're going to be very happy once you get this bag. Once you get your bag back. Somebody never wanted you to find this money path or to create it. We have a tree. Affairs with your family. This could definitely be like family. Maybe about who people trust for even like certain things. Like somebody here is being shown to see that they're not trustworthy, and that this is somebody here that's driven by their envy. And this has to do with the past. Somebody here has an unhealed past. I don't know. This is given like mama's boy, mama's girl, because this could be a woman in masculine energy. Although it's feeling like a man. Lion. Time to act. I was almost going to say time to eat. Time to act. It's time for you to take action. Now is not the time to be sitting idly by. Older man. Dealings or relationship with an older man. Yup. Thank you, Spirit. We have a pig. Beware of greed. See, that came out in the reverse. See, I know that you are aware of greed and greedy people. But I feel like this older man, this individual here, is a pig. Chain. Chain of events that will affect your life. And fire. Strong emotion. Passionate love or hate. And a vase. Secret admirer. So you do have a secret admirer. Okay. Somebody here definitely envies you. This could just be somebody here who's admiring the way that you've been able to navigate yourself through this situation, through this time. Somebody here either... That's this King of Cups. Passionate love or hate. And it's definitely an older person here who is extremely greedy. This is even giving me like they were trying to bind themselves to you, try to puppet your life, but yet they also wanted to receive something from you. I also feel like somebody here was trying to... So when they blamed you for their failure, they felt like it justified some kind of retaliation in regards to your money path, to your bag, to your money, to your success. And you had to do this all alone without support, because if they told other people that you were the one that caused their downfall, people wouldn't trust you. Because they didn't want people to trust you anymore. Because if people didn't trust you, they wouldn't support you. And they would get more attention. Maybe this is somebody here who is more upset that you got more attention than they did. This is given like sibling rivalry energy. Or it could be that type of dynamic, even like in a workplace or even in a friend group. Like somebody is just so bitter that somebody here shines bright. I don't know. Because it's like they wish It's like, in their mind, it's like they feel like they deserve the life that you have and the opportunities that you have. Well, it's time to act. So, and I feel like that's what you've been doing. Like, even in the isolation, you still have been shining. And that's what somebody doesn't understand. They feel like they could never suppress you enough. And I feel like maybe now they're starting to realize they never suppressed you at all. Because they never even actually knew you. They were so blinded by their own greed and their own envy. That they never got a chance to actually know you and fully see what you are capable of. Universe. What's the tea? Fake smiles. Yeah. This is somebody that was orchestrating your downfall, orchestrating your control, and smiling fakely to your face, acting like they were your friend. To weaponize the information that you would tell them. Same shit, different day. You're not the only one they've done this to. This is somebody here who controls and pulls the strings of everyone around them. Because even the people that bought this person's lies are under this person's control. They're under their spell, their illusion. We have a jackpot. You are getting a jackpot. You're getting a jackpot, and it's going to make you happy. Some of you, once you get this money, you could be moving, or these people could be forced to move. Either way, there is going to be a separation between energies from this grudge holder. And I don't care how many candles they light, their shit ain't gonna work. Universe, tell us more. So somebody here was even trying to resort to trying to cyberbully you. So this could have even been somebody in your life. So this person could have been like, yeah, I support you. But then cyberbullying you online, maybe under fake accounts and fake profiles here. In order to rob you of opportunities so that way you wouldn't feel good about yourself. Like, say, for example, you do what I do. Right? This would be like my best friend saying that they support me and then creating fake profiles to leave nasty comments in order to make me not want to do this. I'm not saying that's exactly what you're doing, like, you don't have to do what I do, but, like, this could just be somebody here who goes out of their way to troll you. But to make it seem like it's not them. All to rob you. Rob. Loss. Thief. Physical or emotional. Why? Because your light irritates their demons. Because they can't stand the way that you shine. And whatever it is that they're still butthurt about that happened to them when they were in preschool, I don't know, maybe somebody stole their juice box. I don't know. But whatever it is, they feel like because of that unhealed version, they feel like they're entitled to the life that you're living. So let me just pluck it away from you, pull the strings, and try to take over. But it doesn't work that way. Because universal law, one of the universal laws is you don't mess with people's free will. And it's not just you collective that they did it to, it's all the other strings of the puppets that they pulled along the way. They didn't just mess with your free will, they messed with a whole bunch of free will. And that's always going to come back to bite you in the ass. This person's a spiritual hater. They hate your spirituality. They hate your light, they hate your magic, they hate your power. You could be, and even this doesn't even have to be so bad where you have to be like spiritual. You could be religious. You're just somebody here who's grateful. It's your outlook, it's your perspective. They feel like you haven't gone through enough darkness or else you wouldn't be grateful. You wouldn't be walking around here praising God, praising the universe, saying thank you for this tea, or, you know, in my case, I'd like to say thank you, universe, for bringing pumpkin season back, you know? They don't like that because they're not happy. They're not grateful for anything in their life because of the juice box that was stolen in preschool. I mean, I'm just being funny when I say that. I mean, I'm sure they went through something traumatic. I'm not trying to take that away from them. However, their unhealed trauma is no excuse to cause more trauma. Don't become the very monster. You know what I mean? Something here about a groupie or groupies. Maybe this person gained groupies. They gained followers here. Maybe they felt like it was cool to mock you, to cyberbully you, to make you front and center of their, I don't know, their whatever, their entertainment. They were trying to steal your work and duplicate off of you. They were trying to take your ideas and pawn them off as theirs. That's why they were fake smiling, keeping you separated, but yet still dealing with you. So they could steal your ideas, and they could block the other ones that they know they couldn't replicate. They have bad habits. This person has bad habits, whether it's with drugs, addictions, toxicities. Whatever it is, this person is super greedy, envious, and very overindulgent. Someone can talk with their head a lot, like, you know, like they bob their head. I don't know. Universe, please tell me more. Bankrupt. Somebody, this older man, he's gonna be bankrupt. He's gonna be bankrupt. And now he's trying to make a dirty offer? Oh, come on, sir. You don't even deserve to be called sir. Come on, dude. Something here about... Is it Keenan and Kel? One of them, when they were like, I'm a dude, she's a dude, he's a dude, and we're all dudes. Hey, I don't know, that keeps playing in my head for some reason. That could mean something to somebody. I don't know, maybe it's confirmation. Somebody here is wanting to make some kind of dirty offer because they know they're going bankrupt. They need you back in their lives. Someone's going to come in with another sob story. That's really what this is. They want you to feel bad for them again. So that way, you know, they can start the process all over again because now they're going bankrupt. Your energy is not there. They can't feed off of you. People are not buying their story that you were the problem. Maybe they're the problem. That song from Ava Max, Maybe You're the Problem. This is somebody who has been pointing fingers instead of looking in the mirror. You're busy hustling, you're making it rain, you're focused on your money, you're focused on your money path and your bag because you know what you're capable of. All this ended up doing was showing you who is exactly on your team and who isn't. So that way when this money bag and when all this money and success actually show up, now you know who to share it with. And now that you're doing well, you know, this person's like, oh shit, this person, the collective is still doing great. They're still shining in spite of what I did to them. All they were able to do was throw a road bump in the way. They never took you off your path. All right, they tried to break your, tried to break your legs. You learned how to fly. Now you don't need the legs. You're adaptable. You know how to adapt. That's one of your gifts. 34:43 on the timer. You are adaptable. Now this person wants to come in and kiss your ass and give you a dirty offer. Please. Tell them you already have a bidet and that you're fine. You don't need them. Like, they're useless to you. This person isn't shit. Thank you, Spirit, for backing me up on that one. This person's all ego. Their ego is so hard it gets in the way of all of their relationships. This person's not puppeteering anything anymore. Because the moment that you stopped fighting back and you just said, alright, whatever, I'm gonna focus on me, myself, and I, because clearly I can't trust you fools. They couldn't pin things on you. So now the other people are like, like, they all cut their own cords. You were the key. You're the key to everything. It's you, collective. Misery loves company. You're the queen rising. You're stepping into your power, or you're the king rising. Take out whatever resonates. You could even be coming up in the spotlight. You are definitely going to be recognized for all of your hard work. This person who isn't shit is going through legal issues. This did come out in the reverse. It's someone taking a closer look, nosy, all up in your business, trying to get the inside scoop. They can't get the inside scoop anymore. They can't. Because you're no longer sharing, because you already know who the enemy is. And there's no way you're about to let this person come back into your life. And that's what they're trying to do. They're going to try and give you some kind of sob story. In hopes that you would, I don't know, let them back in. Be gracious and kind and healing. So they can steal your energy. This person's Delulu. That's my Delulu card. Love on the brain. Daydreaming, fantasizing, being very nostalgic. They're Delulu. This is somebody who gets into relationships for money. And they see that you're hustling and making more of it now. So now they want a handout. Even though they're the ones that owe you. Make that make sense. They want you to give them shit when they're the ones that they're the reason that cost you a lot. Tell them to go fuck themselves. I'm sorry. But I'm a firm believer that sometimes you just gotta tell somebody where to fucking go. How to get there. Draw them that fucking map if you have to, collective. And you know what? Narrate their freaking GPS too if they still don't get it. Uh, 3808. Alright, we got time. We got time. Let me take a quick bathroom break though. I'm gonna be right back. Alrighty, collective. I am back. Universe. Please tell us more. $1911. Heal the past, new love is forming. $9.44. Your foundation is being reborn in light. $21.21. Keep the faith. Peace and new beginnings ahead. I was gonna say 1994. Somebody could have been born in 1994. We have 9/11. Spiritual emergency or soul calling. Answer the call. Interesting. 9/11's here twice. 2828, manifesting wealth, be open to receiving. 979, you're almost at completion. In 515, the universe is aligning with your choices. So you answered the call, you healed your past, that's why new love is forming around you. And that's the light. It's the light of love that you are being rebuilt in, reborn under, because you're keeping faith. That's why you're receiving peace and new beginnings. Because you are at the completion point. This is why the universe is aligning with all of your choices at this time here. Something was an emergency that you had to deal with. something here about your prayer or some type of working that you may have done in order to break that bond that you had. Like, they heard your urgent cry, is what I'm getting with this 9/11 here. Like, they heard your urgent cry, and they came to your aid. That's why your foundation is being reborn in light. We have 77, mystical mastery, deep inner knowing. You have this deep inner knowing now at this time. And you are mastering the mystical. You're mastering your own power. And it all has to do with your faith. If you can believe it and if you can feel it, you can create it. Universe. What door is available to the collective at this time? The door of shadows, introspection, inner journey, the unconscious, and integrating. You integrated your unconscious mind with your conscious mind. You've integrated your lower and higher realms within you. The door of wonder. Awe, amazement, fascination, curiosity, mystery, and marvel. And because of this, you're creating beautiful, you're creating awe, you're creating wonder. All because you got back down to your roots with the door of simplicity. You got back down to you, your own roots. It's like somebody was trying to overtake. It's kind of like, you know, when you have like weeds and stuff growing, like their root systems can go like so, like somebody here was really trying to mess up your roots, where you're rooted, your foundation. They were trying to take over, right? Because aren't like some weeds, what is that word? I'm not, it's been a while since I took botany, but what's that word when they, is it an invasive species? You could have been, like, that's who this King of Cups is. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Could be a water sign. We also had Capricorn and Sagittarius show up in Cancer as well. It's like somebody here was like an invasive species. That didn't want to let go and relinquish control. Because remember, the changing of the guard. I don't know what I'm tapping into now. I don't know, that whole changing of the guard, that feels more like worldwide. If you know, you know. Let's just say, the people who have, the master of puppets behind the scenes, their days of puppeteering are coming to an end. We have we have the door of courage. This is all because you were brave. You're receiving valor for standing up and for roaring, for refusing to give in. This is heroism, resilience, grit, confidence. You believe, and you feel it, and you know it. You have come a long way out of the shadows, my dear collective. And you are in perfect alignment for your heart's desires. That money bag. Actually, we can keep this out for a second. Universe, please tell us more for the collective. It took guts, collective, for you to stand tall even when you felt so small. Divine Source. You've reconnected with Divine Source, the Divine Source within you. Help me now that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. I also, and it's interesting because it's coming on top of this 9/11, this could have to do with, like I said, that prayer. Or that working, whatever it is that you believe in, however it is that you asked for aid and assistance. It came through. The divine heard your call. And that's why they are reframing everything. You're going to be getting a present because of this transformation that you went through. This is happening for me, not to me. Once you took yourself out of the equation, you could see what the common denominator was, and everyone saw who that common denominator was once you were removed from the equation. And once you stepped back and you removed yourself, or it's like the way that you looked on the situation, once you removed your point of view and you looked at it from a higher lens, you were able to see everything that this person was masking. You saw beyond that veil. You reframed it instead of being, what is wrong with me, this, and then you started reframing it to see and getting the answer of to why. Instead of it being, why me, why are they? Universe, tell us more. Divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others, to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. You went with divine flow. One sublime desire takes precedent over all others, to follow the Tao. Your sublime was this prayer, this exaltation for help, for assistance, and however you did it. That took precedence because it followed divine flow. It was honoring free will and choice. We have outrageous openness. You refuse to double down. Reframe companionship and humility. Signs. It taught you all the signs of life and what to look out for. You learned about the enemy. And they never thought that you would. So not only did you defeat the enemy, but you also became stronger because of all of the knowledge that you've learned. You've become untouchable. Instincts are the messages from the inner divine. That's all what your instincts are. Those signs that you receive. And that's when I say the universe speaks to each and every single one of us differently and uniquely. And it's beautiful. They're going with divine flow. And they're honoring you and your call here, and also because you trust your instincts and learned when to detach. You had to reframe how you saw the whole situation. It's like this person, unbeknownst to them, was the catalyst to your rewiring. to that old version of you that passed away, because you had to become something greater than yourself in order for you to be ready when it was your time during the change of the guard. You had to become something greater than yourself in order to expose this person. You couldn't be the same version of you. You had to become a greater version of yourself, and you did. The Divine is so happy and so proud of you, and so is your spirit team. You should give yourselves a round of applause. Especially when I said earlier that this part, like, you still had to stand tall even though you felt so small. And most of y'all did this alone and by yourself. Give yourself a round of applause. Not for them getting what they deserve, because at the end of the day, we all need to start thinking in the spiritual community, stop thinking as karma as revenge, and like, oh, they're gonna get their karma, and be like, ha, like, we shouldn't be laughing at that. Because karma is just lessons, and everyone is on their own spiritual journey and their own spiritual path. And we need to honor that, not use it as entertainment. Okay, we're gonna close this out with an affirmation and an oracle. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective, please. We have options. You're getting options. Options. You get to have a say now, collective. You get to have a say now. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest, without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. You can do whatever the hell you goddamn please, because you earned it. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. Fulfillment. Options and fulfillment. So you're going to be full with all your options, is what I'm getting. No matter what you want to do or become, you will achieve more with knowledge. This image of Ganesha reading the scroll is a symbol of the importance of education in the pursuit of knowledge. This might mean there is a period of increased study and learning at hand. You may find that you want to inquire about a field of study that has been widely explored and choose to go to an experienced teacher to learn more. Look for someone to consult for more information. This may be a counselor, an author, a psychotherapist, or some spiritual advisor. You will discover new skills from this helpful teacher, as they have the wisdom to provide excellent guidance and advice. Keep in mind there is also a wealth of information at your fingertips in books. Utilize the internet as well. YouTube. I mean, if you want to know how to do something, go on YouTube. Just do it. You'll be happy that you did. Everything you read fills your head with new information, and you never know when it might have a practical use. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenges that lies before you. Additionally, knowledge can never be taken away from you. No matter what you're longing to do or become, you will benefit from gaining more knowledge. Approach this time with great curiosity and an open mind. And that is what I have for you. Collective, I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.